Ash Wednesday, blessings to all of you. I wish all of you a fruitful, joyous, transformative Lent. Lent is these precious 40 days leading up to Easter where the Lord invites us to go into the desert with Him, to embrace fasting, prayer, and almsgiving as the tried and true methods of growing in our relationship with God, with others, and allowing the Lord to purify us of sin, of selfishness, of bad habits, of all the things that clutter up our lives and keep us from hearing the good news. Here's part of today's second reading for Mass on this Ash Wednesday. It's from Paul's second letter to the Corinthians, and it's in chapter 5. And he says, "We are ambassadors for Christ, God, as it were, appealing through us. We implore you on behalf of Christ, be reconciled to God. For our sake, He made Him to be sin who did not know sin, so that we might become the righteousness of God in Him." Oftentimes with Lent, we focus on what we're doing. Today's gospel talks about prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. We talk about what we give up or what we propose to do for Lent, and all of that is good. But only makes sense, what we do in Lent only makes sense in relationship to what God is doing in us. So if the focus is only on us, we kind of lose the perspective on what this is all about. So Paul says that He who knew no sin was made sin in order to save us. And of course, the He is Jesus Christ. So Lent is really a time for us to focus on Jesus Christ crucified and risen, on the Paschal mystery, on Jesus' death and resurrection as the source and means of our salvation. And so as Jesus has sacrificed Himself for us, He invites us to enter into that sacrifice. As the Lord gives Himself to us, so too He invites us to give ourselves to Him. As Jesus was emptied out on the cross, so too the Lord invites us to empty ourselves out. So all of this is not some sort of spiritual calisthenics to impress God. It's rather to create the time, the space, the silence in which God can more profoundly speak to us, abide in us, be with us. So whatever we do for Lent, keep the focus on Christ. That what we do is to allow the Lord to more profoundly reign in our hearts, and that He who knew no sin was made sin for us. So blessings on your Ash Wednesday and on this season of Lent. And just focus on the Lord and where we're going. We're going through the desert up to Jerusalem to share in Jesus' passion and death, His Paschal mystery. Holy Father Pope Francis has also asked that today be a day of prayer and penance and fasting for peace in the Ukraine. And in light of that, we're taking up a collection throughout the diocese, either today or perhaps next Sunday. You can certainly donate online as well. Money given to Catholic Relief Services to aid the people that have been wounded, displaced, in need of food, clothing, shelter, water, because of the terrible situation in the Ukraine. And we certainly pray for our brothers and sisters there and ask the Lord to give us peace, justice, and mercy.